And hello the internet and everybody who's following, and hello to my subscriber. You're looking really well in that parka and woolly gloves and thick socks and big gloves, and I hope you're keeping warm. Anyway, um, today's Saturday. I'm heading north. I got to Agadir, or to Agadir. Got to Agadir on Monday, Saturday now, so I've been there for 5 nights. I've done quite a bit really. Tuesday and Wednesday were mechanical days, and I started off by changing the oil. I couldn't do it at the front of the hotel, so I did it on the street at the side of the hotel. Unfortunately, there's a bit of an incline, so I got the bike angled for all the oil to drip down. I got some 5 litre bottles, cut them in half to put them underneath, cut all the oil. Someone online asked me to see if there's any oil, any sand or grits in the oil, but I had a dig around, but there was no metal or sand or anything like that. But the oil was just dirty black. Anyway, I did my oil change, so then I thought, right, I'll change my chain, my final drive chain, and that's where the fun started. I've been dragging this chain around now, my panniers, for 3 months, because I thought, well, if my chain snaps at some stage, at least I've got a chain. But I knew that by the time I get back to Morocco, it'll be trashed anyway, and it was. So I thought it's time to change it. So I took my hydraulic clutch cover off. Then I took the cover off on the front sprocket. Oh, and the front sprocket was totaled. Absolutely, there wasn't much left, to be honest. So I had a spare front sprocket which I brought with me, because I thought if any sprocket's going to go, it's going to be the front one. So that's why I brought a front one with me. And then I had a look at my rear sprocket. That was a mess as well, and the teeth were angled. Now I didn't bring a rear sprocket with me because when I was packing, I mean, how much stuff do you take? I brought some spare bits and pieces with me, and I thought, should I bring a rear sprocket? And I thought, well, no, if anything's going to go, it's going to be the front sprocket. The rear one, I should get some mileage out of that, because it was a new one anyway. So I thought, right, let's plod on. I'll get the front sprocket on, and then once I've got it running, I can go around to see if I can find a rear sprocket. And then I tried to take the front sprocket off. It was welded on. It did not want to come off at all. And have you ever had those moments when you're working on a bike or a car and you get to a point of absolute frustration and you want to start crying? And at one point I was like that. I thought, what am I going to do? I can't get it off. So I sat there thinking, and I also had a rush of blood to the brain. And I thought, right, so put all my tools away, washed my hands, got on a taxi, and I got him to take me to a shop that specialises in tools for cars. Anyway, I tried one, and then I tried another one, and using bits of French and bits of Arabic using Google Translate, I managed to get a bearing puller. So I come back, and I got the front sprocket off. Fine, got the sprocket on, got the chain on, got the and then I went round and I tried various places, and I went to a shop which specialises in KTM. Well, they do all sort of off-road bikes, and he had a sprocket that he says will fit. And I cannot remember what he said. It says it either comes from a GSX Suzuki or a Kawasaki. I can't remember now. But come back, fitted that perfect, absolutely perfect. But once I got back, when I was at this shop looking for a sprocket, I come back and I noticed there's a big puddle of oil under the bike. Anyway, I got back again and went inside, got my jacket off and everything like that, put my dirty clothes back on, come back out again, big puddle of oil. So, anyway, got the new sprocket on, and then I took the hydraulic clutch housing off, and there's like a big push rod, and what I think happened is in putting it on, I've damaged the seal. Now for weeks I've been noticing little bits of oil an excessive amount of more oil around where the front sprocket is, and I think it was seeping oil anyway. So, and I think by taking the clutch housing off and putting it back on again, I think I've exacerbated it and made it worse. But this was no seep. This was a gush of oil. So I thought, what do I do? What do I do? So I took the seal out. Now the seal is about the size of this 10 dirham coin. So I had another idea. So I got to the taxi again and got another taxi, went back to the shop where I got the bearing puller, because it was like a car parts shop and they had all sorts. Anyway, I found some rubber washers, like rubber coin washers, with the internal diameter the same as the shaft on the clutch housing. So that's what the seal looks like, and that's where the push rod goes through. So what I did was I took one of these O-seals, one of these rubber washers, and I super glued it to the main washer. I super glued it on, and then once I super glued it on, I coated the whole thing in like gasket sealant. I left it for a good hour to dry to solid, and I put it back on, and that's what it looks like when it's on. And then that goes onto the side of the engine and the push rod goes through. And I've been riding the bike now for 2 whole days and no oil. So fingers crossed that should do it. Now, if it starts leaking again, by the time I get to Marrakesh or Casablanca or Rabat, I'll do the same procedure again. But I know there's a Suzuki dealer. There is one in Casablanca. There's also a Suzuki dealer in Marbella as well. So I've got a plan B if it goes bad again. But there we go, a bit of super glue, some gasket goo, and it seems to have worked. Anyway, I finally run out of tea yesterday. I've lasted my Yorkshire tea. So we had a celebratory cup of tea last night, and then I've started on the Moroccan tea. Now yesterday I went shopping and I bought some. Now actually I went to a supermarket. They don't do the big supermarkets here like Asda and Tesco's. They're sort of little small shops or medium-sized supermarkets. So there's a supermarket nearby. I went inside and they had a whole aisle of tea. I have never seen so much tea in all my life. Hundreds of different types of tea. And I'm stood there absolutely mesmerised. What do you choose? Now back in the UK you get PG Tips, Thai Food, Yorkshire, and maybe 2 or 3 other types of tea. Here, hundreds of different types of tea. So what do you choose? So anyway, I was looking around and I saw this because it had extra gunpowder. Now, I was in the Navy for many years, for a few years. It's a long time ago. It was such a long time ago that Nelson was still an able seaman, but there we go. Anyway, now in the Navy and also in the Army, they have something called a cup of gunfire. Now, a cup of gunfire is a big mug of tea heavily laced with rum. And the soldiers use it before they go into action. And there's special occasions on board ships as well where we'd have a cup of gunfire. But so I saw that and I thought that looks quite interesting. And anyway, it's at first I made a cup of tea with it, and I thought I need to get my mixture. So I've used the full thing. I've used like a big whole spoonful of tea, and it's very weak, but it's got a very interesting taste. Let me tell you, it's like very woody, very smoky, and it's quite unusual. And it will do. It will do. So that's Al tea with added gunpowder. But I want to get to Gibraltar so I can buy some Yorkshire tea. Anyway, also while I was in the yesterday, I went to a big market, the main market in Agadir. Wow, Absolutely. I have never been in such an indoor market. It is huge. I walked around for about 2 hours and I still didn't think I'd seen everything. It was huge. And anyway, oranges, because I love oranges. So I thought I'm going to get myself some oranges. Anyway, look at that. Look at that. That is an orange. Absolutely. And I bought a couple of those and I had one last night. Oh, absolutely delightful. And I don't know what they're called. Now, I must have led a sheltered life because I have never ever seen these before. Never seen these before. I suppose if you're down in London, so, oh yeah, we have those regular in our grocer. I have never seen an orange like this. Oh, absolutely beautiful. I don't suppose now that I live in a third world country, which is post Brexit Britain, I don't think I will ever see one of these in the UK. But absolutely delightful. And I bought a couple, and they were only, I think it was like 10 pence each. Absolutely amazing. Amazing. So there we go. Um, Yeah, and besides going to the main market yesterday, or if you ever come into Agadir, go to the main market, the El Kadir market, El something market. Oh, absolutely fantastic. I even got the peak of my cap fixed. He put some, did it while I was waiting as well. And he says, no, have it, no problem at all. I gave him some money, but superb. But you can get anything from a three-piece suite to an orange. But there we go. Anyway, that's me. I'm just about to leave Agadir. I'm just about to leave Agadir, head north. It's about 100 miles today. The bike is working. I'm just going to load it up because I have to take all the luggage off the bike. I'm all packed, ready to go now, so I'm going to start loading the bike. And it's a coastal road today. It's about 100 miles, and it's right on the coast. And apparently, the scenery is going to be really good. So should be nice. Thanks for watching. The bike is all fixed now. I'm ready to go and I'm heading north. So speak to you soon. Bye bye.
No problem.
It's full.
Okay.
It's beautiful.
Okay, thank you.
All the places.
I know. It's good. Good for business.
Yeah.
Okay. Bye
Where are you
bye.
from?
Scotland.
Scottish.
Angleterre.
Yeah, very good. Nice.
Okay.
Nice people. Nice.
Bye bye.
You're welcome. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Okay. See?
And hello the internet and everyone who's following, and hello to my subscriber. You're looking remarkably cuddly today. Anyway, I'm here at this campsite, and let's give you a little bit of a walk around. And this is where I was camped last night, under a nice tree, and the ground was quite soft, which was nice, because usually when you go to some of these campsites, you end up on hard, stony gravel. And the campsite here is really quite pretty. Mostly camper vans. I think there's a few places you can put your tent, which is no problem at all. And that's the ablutions block. And the showers are really hot, which was quite nice. And this is where all the camper vans are. And if you don't mind camping on gravel, you can camp on gravel. And the reception is just down there, which is a big house. And you can actually eat there as well. But it's a really pleasant site here. It's really peaceful. It's in the middle of a forest. Well, it's not a forest as such in that they've got really big tall trees. The trees here are a lot smaller, but it's a huge forestry area. I don't know what the trees are called. These are the kind of trees. And when you come off the main road, you ride about 4 kilometres on a dirt road, and then you arrive at this little oasis. It was 130 dirhams for the night, which is £10. Compared to a lot of other campsites in Morocco, it's a little bit on the pricey side, but for the hot showers, for the peace and quiet, for the shade, it's really quite good. It's really quite good. But yesterday was a good ride. I left Agadir, started making my way north on the coast road, and it's a really nice road. For about the first 20 kilometres after you leave Agadir, it's like a 4-laner. Then it comes onto the N1, which becomes just like a 2-laner, and that's when it starts following the coast. And there's some really nice views. I saw quite a few places where I could have camped, but I wanted to come to Essaouria. I'd heard that it's like a holiday destination, so I thought I'd come and have a look. And there was 2 campsites at the south of the town, and when I got here I went to the first one, and that was full up. There was a few places I think I could have squeezed in, but it was all hard ground, and I thought nah, so I'll try the second one, and that was full up. And a guy came over and said, sorry, full. And it was absolutely choked full of French camper vans, and it looked like a refugee camp, to be honest. So I came out of there, and I knew there was 2 more sites to the north, to the east of the town. So I had a look around Essaouria first, and there wasn't a great deal there to interest me, to be honest. So I decided to leave and headed to this site. Come off the main road, come down the 4 kilometres of dirt track, and I found it, and it was really quite nice. The showers are really hot, but so I had a long, luxurious shower last night. So today, I had a really good sleep last night. One of the difficulties when you're camping, it gets dark at about 7 o'clock. So from like 7 o'clock to when you go to sleep, you've got a couple of hours to kill really in the dark. So I read, but then again, usually sort of like by 9 o'clock-ish, you feel yourself starting to drift off. Now the danger with that is if you go to sleep too soon, then you wake up at something like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning, and then you're wide awake and you've got to kill time then, and it's pitch dark. So eventually, I went off to sleep at a normal time, and I woke up at 6 this morning. I felt really refreshed. Had another shower. I thought, well, why not? You've got to make use of that lovely hot water. And I'm all packed now, and I'm just having another cup of Morocco's finest tea, and then I'm going to pack the tent up, which is still up. I'm going to pack the tent up and get on the road. And today I've got about 110, 109 miles over to Marrakesh. There's 2 campsites that I'm interested in, just to the north of the city. Now, on one of the campsites, there's a couple that I run into many weeks ago, Barbara and Howard, and I know that they're on one of the sites, so I'm going to try that site first. And if they're still there, I'll say hello. But if not, I'll go to the other site. But yeah, so Marrakesh today. Looking forward to it because it's a big city and there's things I want to see. And a lot of people says, "Oh, don't bother going to Marrakesh. Marrakesh, it's very touristy." But I like to make my own mind up about these places. So I'm going to go to Marrakesh, have a few days there, and see how it goes. But I'm really getting used to this tea. It's really woody, nutty taste, and it's really quite nice. You know, it's strange because every time you make a video, you think, right, it's nice and quiet now. I'll start gibbering away to the camera. And then as soon as you start filming, there's always someone got to start doing something in the region around you. You know, it's spooky, really. But anyway, that's the way it is. So, oh, that's the thing. Yeah, the oil seal is lasting, so that I've got no more oil leaks on the bike, which is pretty good. Pretty good. Not bad at all for a little rubber washer. But anyway, that's me in this lovely campsite. Just about to make tracks to Marrakesh once I finish my cup of tea, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye. And hello the internet and everybody out there, and hello to my subscriber. You're looking exceptionally well today. Anyway, I'm here in Marrakesh. I made it here yesterday and it was a really easy ride. When I got up yesterday morning it was a bit cold. I didn't want to get out of my sleeping bag, but I managed to motivate myself, got packed up. To be honest, I didn't leave till gone 11, but and that was it. So it was about 2.5 hours really. I stopped once for a break and a little bit of something to eat and drink, and I got to the campsite, and I came to the campsite and I met Howard and Barbara, and I met them many weeks ago. I met them in Tata, then I met them in Tantan, and I've met up with them again, which was good. And they had some tea, which was fantastic, and I managed to get a proper cup of tea. Nothing wrong with the Moroccan tea, it's just an acquired taste. But I had a good night. It was a bit cold last night. The daytime's here about 24, but at night time it dropped down to about 6 degrees last night, so I had to put my thermals on. But I'm here in Marrakesh now for a few days. I've had a good night's kip. I've done some laundry this morning. I'm going to start going through all my clothes, and they've got nice hot water. They've got a laundrette here. You can book a washing machine and pay for it. It's not much. So I've done half of my stuff. Also, what I did this morning, my textiles for riding, my jacket and trousers, turned them inside out, and I gave them a damn good scrub because they smelt a little bit. They smelt badly. They smelt like a wet horse. So I've given them a good scrub, and I've left them out in the sunshine, so hopefully they should be dry by the time I get back. But now I've got the bike, and I'm off into Marrakesh to do sightseeing things, to be a tourist. And I'm going to put my hat on because I think it's going to be about 25 today. Not that I'm trying to make you jealous or anything like that, but it's a really strange extreme in Morocco because the daytimes are really hot and the night times are really cold. But anyway, so I will speak to you soon, and there'll be another video in about a week's time, because after I'm going to spend probably about a week in Marrakesh, so there's going to be a bit of a gap. Then once I get on the road again, I'm probably going to do Casablanca and then Fez before I head over to Spain and the Algarve. So thanks for watching, thanks for sticking with me, and I'll speak to you again soon. Bye bye.